from our walk. Grayson's eating his breakfast. I can't believe it. It's such a chilly day. You know, we were out there in shirt sleeves a couple of days ago, and now it's all cold again. So Grayson's having his breakfast here. Yeah. He gets to push that little, it's a Kong wobbler, and there's a hole there, and that knocks little pieces of food out of it. So it keeps him busy, kind of a little bit intellectually challenged. So when I was out today, I was thinking about the thing I talked about yesterday, which I was complaining about complainers. Let me get my coffee started though, and I'll tell you what I was thinking about. So this morning, I've pulled out a Bianco Forte, which is a 7.77 ounce. And this is a barista blend that was made to have with milk. Am I right? Am I telling you right? Yes, Bianco Forte. Yep. So, let me get this started going. So, I will tell you about something that really bothers me, okay? I live in an apartment complex, and you know, if you live in an apartment complex and you have a pet, you need to pick up after it if it, you know, leaves anything outside. Okay, oh, good morning, Lori. Hey, if you're watching, please say something so I can greet you. So, there are people who will drop food outside or wrappers. Most especially, there are people who don't pick up after their dogs. I know, you know, I realize it took me a while to sort of get over the fact that there are people who don't pick up after their dogs. You know, it's not pleasant. I mean, it's like if you have a baby and the baby has a dirty diaper, you know, you got to do something about it. Oh, hey, Tamara. Hey, Dwight. So, you know, when I first moved here, I didn't like having to pick up after my dog, but it's part of the responsibility of dog ownership in an apartment complex, right? So, you know, I don't mind at all now. Okay, this may sound weird, but I have a sense of pride in picking up after my dog because I'm helping to keep the apartment complex clean and sanitary and nice to walk through. And I'm being responsible for my pet. So let me just, here's my lovely cup of coffee. Okay, so, oh, there, it's going down through the milk some. Oh, I love watching that. I won't make you sit here and just watch coffee sink down through milk. Okay, so today when I was outside, there were some wrappers that people had left on the ground. And, I mean, nobody wants to live in a place with trash on the ground and stuff. But you know what I did? I looked at it. I always have to look and check because, you know, sometimes dogs will eat anything. You know, they sort of take the philosophy. I think it was Dave Barry who once wrote something about dogs, and he said, you know, that a dog will eat anything on the premise that it's food, and if it turns out not to be, it can always throw it up later. So, you know, I've had to pull things out of Grayson's mouth when we've been outside. And it's, you know, I mean, who wants to pull, like one time it was a big piece of pizza crust, you know, that somebody had been eating and they threw on the ground, and here I'm having to touch something that was in someone else's mouth and pull it out of my dog's mouth. Oh, anyway, so this morning, though, I practiced what I said yesterday, you know, which was breath, sort of retreat and regroup, you might call it. And I just decided I don't have the time or the energy to get upset over this. If I see someone throwing something down, I will say something. But if there's stuff and I don't know who threw it there, just gonna move on, and I'm not gonna get all excited about it. I can't say too many times that so often, like, we can get all upset over something. Like if I'm walking around and I see people have not picked up after their pet, or they've dropped trash on the ground or something, and I just feel, and it really does, it makes you feel like you're doing something about it, but you're really not. All you're doing is raising your own blood pressure and aggravating yourself. Now, there's a difference between not getting all whipped up over something and just being, not caring. There's a difference between those two. Because if you just don't care, I don't advocate that at all. You need to care, but you need to let go of things, yet be ready to do what you can do about the problem. So don't stress over things that you can't control. You can be responsible yourself. You can make yourself ready that if you see somebody dropping something, you can diplomatically address it, not angrily, or in a way that puts them down or threatens them, just diplomatically, which can be very difficult to do, especially if you're feeling a little bit like, I act responsibly. Why can't they? How we sometimes feel that way, especially if it's an easy thing. Oh, hey, Philip and Keitsa are watching. Hey, and I remembered how to pronounce it. Keitsa, right? If I got it wrong, tell me. Anyhow, so we're just talking about not getting all whipped up over things that we cannot control, okay? So maybe that can be your little byword for the day. Don't stress over the things that you cannot control, but be ready if you have an opportunity to appropriately address the problem if that should come up, if you should have an opportunity. And I'll tell you what, that takes a lot more guts than, feeling all angry and, offended and stuff like that. Bianco Forte. I'm ready for you. Oh, yeah. Yes. Still drinking the almond coconut milk. I like that combination. What can I tell you? So listen, I'm going to go drink my coffee and sit with... Oh, wait. I got to just tell you one thing, okay? So last night, I'm sitting on the sofa, and all of a sudden, Grayson jumps up on the sofa and throws his head down in my lap and looks up at me like a little kid would do. Oh my gosh, it just warmed my heart so much. I love it. I love the relationship we're forming. Yes, he's still trouble sometimes. Like it's mole cricket season. If you've never seen a mole cricket, when I lived up north, I didn't know what they were. Maybe I just didn't know, or maybe they don't have them. They're crickets, but on their front legs, they sort of have they're wider, almost like paddle-shaped things, so they can dig. And in the early spring or late winter, as the case may be, you'll start seeing little piles of dirt with a hole in the center, just little tiny piles where the dirt's obviously been churned up, and that's from mole crickets. Oh my goodness, one time when I lived in Sarasota, Florida, this was like in the late 1960s, early 1970s, I went into a store to buy something, and the floor was just had so many mole crickets on it. I don't know. They just, I guess there were so many that they kind of overflowed from the, ground outside into the store. Oh my goodness, that was my first exposure to mole crickets. Who else is familiar with mole crickets? Please put it in the comments. But anyway, so how did I go from dogs to mole? Oh, I guess. So Grayson's thing now is he's got his nose to the ground in the grass all the time, and he starts snuffling around, and then he wants to dig because I guess he smells the mole crickets, or I don't know, maybe whatever the mole crickets have in their holes with them there. I don't know what. And if he starts putting his nose down and kind of snuffling, I have to pull him away because he wants to start digging a hole. So yeah, it's always something. Grayson. Hey, are you a mole cricket miner? Are you? He was supposed to get poodled today, but his groomer hurt her back. She can't do big dogs for a month. So I'm taking him Tuesday to another groomer to get him poodled. Yeah, Grayson, you be a good boy today. Okay? Yeah, okay. Anyhow, this was nice talking like this. I hope it was nice for you. And remember, today, don't stress over things that you cannot control. But at the same time, don't be, oh, what's the word? I think it starts with an A. Oh, okay, cannot think of it. Where you just don't care about things at all. Don't be that way. Be ready to take responsibility and do something appropriate and effective, and do it diplomatically if the occasion should present itself. Hope you have a lovely day. Cheers.